Oh, you shouldn't be able to now.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, all good.
All right. Cool.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Boxing Office Hours. Hope you guys are having a good one. Couple days into November here. We got Black Friday sales coming up, obviously. And yeah, exciting times. Let's see. PQP was in here early, commenting test. I like it. So yeah, let us know any questions you guys have about selling on Amazon. And yeah, kind of a good thing to be in the habit of doing right now is just like writing down a bunch of sales that you're starting to see. You know, starting to figure out what brands are people selling, what of those brands become a lot cheaper. That way, when there's like Black Friday sales and that kind of stuff rolling around, you'll know how to dive in and all that. But yeah, let us know who we got in chat. Let us know if you guys have any questions. What's up, D Smith? What's up, King Slaps? I kind of like that.
Yeah,
good username.
Yeah. I think he's definitely some very good beginner questions. Business extremely still. All right. So D Smith, what do you think is the bottleneck? Like, what do you think is keeping you from business being fast? With that, let's dig in and obviously take care of whatever you need in that respect, man.
For sure. Let's see. Appreciate you, man. Let's learn today. Absolutely. Yeah. Let us know if you have any questions, man. What's up? What's up with Ozeus, something like that? Yep. Probably butchering that. Yeah, if business is slow, 90 times out of 100, it's going to be just not buying enough inventory types of stock. Yeah, so it's probably just need to buy more inventory then. The only thing you can do to grow your sales is buy more inventory or be more effective with what you already do have. So being good at repricing or taking advantage of FBM opportunities, right? So you're jumping on those faster sales a little bit. Let's see. What's up, Martin?
Ooh, okay. Oh, good questions coming in here. Good work, Orlando. That's a really, really good ratio. I think that's a really, really good ratio for being on the newer end, especially as a Buccaneers fan. That's a really, really good. Really, I assume that's the Buccaneers jersey. I don't know any other team that looks like that. Yeah.
I think that's Mike Evans, right?
Falcons or
I think that's that might be a ball knowledge test there. I think that's Mike Evans though. See, so you got approved in 250 brands so far. That's really good, man.
Good. Yeah.
So now all those brands that you're approved to sell, go to the people who sell that brand and just start looking through their catalog, right? Because that's going to be some of the best products in that brand. And more so than just like randomly clicking through those products, all those brands that you're approved to sell, figure out which of them are cheap today. Because some of them are going to have really good sales today. Some of them are going to be full retail price, no sourcing opportunities. So just kind of start going through that list. And then eventually you'll find something. All right, there's a big 25% off sale on this website, right? You can dive in a lot deeper on something like that.
What's up? Fia U says, if you're doing FBM, who do you storefront stock, FBA or FBM sellers? So honestly, if you're a beginner, I would recommend just doing both, because even people who are doing FBA are going to be selling listings that are very FBM friendly. And this time of year, most things are FBM friendly. So I'd recommend just opening up everyone. But obviously, if you had to choose between one or the other, you would storefront stock FBM people. Yeah. Good question. Totally feel you.
Sure. I was right on that one.
It's the GOAT. Oh, so the GOAT Mike Evans himself. Cool. Orlando from Manatee and Apollo Beach. All right. Hey, man, we gonna get you right. So Azai says this will be available for later to watch, right? I got to prep my Stafford order into multi-packs and my Gap order for Ungating. Just got it today. Yeah, dude. Nice. So it'll be available on the live tab on the Boxing channel and on ours as well. Dude, good progress, man, too. Yeah, good progress. Time to check out some other categories, too. You got clothing stuff rolling right there. That'll be good right there.
That sounds like a good start there. I like it.
Yeah, most productive. Ozai, so you should really consider making a social media account on Instagram or Twitter and start documenting your journey. It'll be a good way to get other Amazon sellers in your ecosystem, in your world. And it's no one ever made less money getting around other cool entrepreneurs and everything.
Yeah, you've been majorly dialed in on the streams and stuff. Appreciate you popping in here. Go prep that inventory. I like it. Yeah. Let's see. Penley said you haven't made it. You made a sale 2 weeks ago. Hasn't shipped yet. Is that an issue or you made something wrong? If it's FBA and it hasn't shipped yet, then it's probably on back order.
Or
or check the orders tab and make sure it doesn't say pending. If it says pending, then the customer probably didn't have enough money on their credit card or something like that, and it'll go back in inventory before too long. But sometimes you can sell things, like especially this time of year when things become like, super highly in demand, during December when it's, a popular toy or something like that, or Thanksgiving products, right? In a couple weeks, there's gonna be a lot of stuff where the fastest delivery date is 2 weeks out, and that might have been you in that case. So you could check the listing too and see if anyone's in stock like Prime.
FBM said, or sorry, JT will play says, for FBM, how do we set up shipping costs properly? Amazon, or do we just eat that cost unless it's rush shipping? Yeah, so I'm gonna hop on screen share real quick. So basically, the premise. You want to pop me up here, Warner? Yeah. So the premise here basically is that with FBA, you pay FBA fees, but you don't pay individual shipping. And when you do FBM, you do pay individual shipping, but you don't pay FBA fees. Therefore, thinking that like this profit here minus shipping is what creates your actual profit is not correct. What you actually need to do is scroll all the way down here and toggle this over to FBM, right? And then plug in the FBM cost right here. So we need to go here, boom, boom, plug in the FBM cost. And now we get the accurate shipping, because you see how the profit will be super overstated without the shipping. So you basically scroll down from the FBA calculator right here, right? And then you scroll down and get the FBM calculator by going here and plugging in that right there. So that's the name of the game with that. In terms of what you actually charge the customer, like for your shipping templates, I'd recommend doing $0 and plus $0 per pound for standard and economy orders, so free shipping, right? And then for next day, 1 day, and expedited orders, or 2 day, 1 day, and expeditors, whatever the three options are, I'd recommend doing $30 plus $1 per pound. And then a pro tip is once we get to December, actually raise those expedited shipping costs too, which will make it even better right there. Yeah.
For sure. Let's see. You're asking about what products can you sell now as an FBM? Yeah, so you can sell tons of products year round FBM. Let me show you like statistically what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's going to be something like this. So like this is just like a random auto engage shirt. See on the Keepa chart how it changes back and forth from blue to orange a lot. Orange means that it's going to FBA sellers. Blue means that the sales are going to FBM sellers. So this has a ton of history of kind of alternating back and forth between FBM and FBA sellers. The main thing you want to avoid when you're doing FBA or FBM shipping right here is, let's just say, like, I'm just going to zoom in. I was trying to find a different example. Let's say the Keepa looks like this, where it's always orange at the top. Obviously, this is a short timeline, but let's say this is a year and it's always orange. There's a lot lower chance that you'll be able to make sales via FBM that way. Now, that's not always going to be, perfect, because the buy box can change depending on where you are in the country. So it might look like this and there's still FBM sellers making sales, but it's going to be way less. Like when you see stuff like this, that's a really good kind of vote of confidence that you can FBM it for sure. And yeah, Orlando, you're asking about FBM shipping templates. Miles and I both have good videos on shipping templates. So just look up FBM shipping on like YouTube after this, and you'll see a video from Miles or I kind of breaking all that down for you.
Bang, bang. Okay. Let's see. Ozai says, I will do it for sure. Never been good at social media, but I will try. I'll follow you once it's up. Have a good day. Nah, don't try. Do it. Don't try.
No one's good until they do it, right? That's how it works.
Yes. Yeah. You never fully committed to it. That's why it hasn't worked. Imagine if when you were a kid, you just said you were going to try walking and you never fully committed to walking, bro. Of course you wouldn't be good at walking, right? So, you decide what results you get largely, right? And you want to do so much that would be unreasonable that you wouldn't succeed.
For sure. What's up, Goldstein? I don't know if I've seen you before. What's up, man?
What's up,
So you said you're new, trying to build AI systems, trying to see what you can use to scrape info. Yeah, I mean that's definitely like good kind of rabbit hole to go down. I wouldn't really overcomplicate it when you're starting though, right? Like you can keep it extremely simple to get those 10K months when you're like getting going, right? And then maybe you implement a little bit of AI and that kind of thing later on, but the problem with things like auto source or like even scrape or anything like that, it's going to miss all the best products because it's not going to see bundles. It's not going to see multi-packs. It's not going to see things where the listing's a little weird. Maybe the packaging's updated, that kind of thing. So you're going to miss a lot of the gems. But later on, I like it. We both have a couple friends that are like way in the world of, throwing a lot of tech at their Amazon business. But you're going to just kind of overwhelm yourself if you try to make it like all automated and perfect from the get-go. Just focus on making that first 5-10K and then you can optimize things.
So good question from Yadner, especially during Boxem office hours on November 6th, right? Because now it's getting down to the last couple of days to send in FBA shipments. So if you do Amazon FBA shipments using Voxhome and do optimized shipments, they tend to have less FC transfer and they check in quicker in general. So if you're doing those type of shipments, I think it makes a lot of sense to do Yadner right here. But really, this is the last couple of days. And if take a sec, look at the listings you're considering moving and or sending an FBA, right? And if they're already very FBM friendly, you should probably just FBM them, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. What up, Ryan? Yes, sir. I slayed the slayed the long hair for first time in like 4 or 5 years. Let's see. Doesn't matter how, as long as you're moving forward. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Everyone's gonna kind of master things at their own speed.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, the comparison game can hurt you for sure. If you're looking at somebody that's, started with $50,000 and they have 6 hours a day that they can spend on their business, they're obviously gonna, walk faster than somebody with $1,000 and a busy life, right? Like, as long as you're making progress, that's all you can do.
Are you guys doing great this Q4? Stay strong, fellas. What's up, Savvy? Yes, sir. Yeah, whatever you need, we're happy to help with, man. And then T Lots, is that Turner Lots right there, the GOAT? What up, family? What up? Says, do you have a FBA shipping calendar with dates and days you send shipments by? Honestly, it's like it's pretty super cut and dry. Like, these are the last couple of days you want to send an FBA shipment, just because one, check-in time slow down, warehouses get backed up, and so many more things become FBM friendly that, like, why would you risk selling something 2, 3, 4 weeks out when you could just sell it tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah. If you like want it to be sold during the holidays, get it ASAP. But yeah, a lot of it's already gonna be selling. You can get those like grocery stuff out of your way, but keep a lot of the holiday stuff on your hands for sure. Let's see. Said you started with coffee and can't stop. I like it. I assume, are you like flipping coffee, or are you just hitting the little caffeine grind today? I like it. Let's see. Crushed your thermal printer. I mean, that's a $200 setback. Confused how that happens. Probably maybe a good story there or something, but yeah, it's a couple $100. That's definitely annoying, but yeah, that's very interesting. Sweet. Make sure we got all those from earlier. Oh, yeah. I see that this account is Revelations.
Oh, all yeah.
Right.
What all right. Or should we call you PCP now?
It's funny. UPC put for product you want to sell something on Amazon, but it has a different image. Just make sure I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but make sure the UPC matches like the actual UPC for that product. So there's like websites, like I use upcitemdb.com, just upcitemdatabase.com basically. Put that UPC in there and make sure it's like a real UPC. Just because Amazon has been cracking down on some listings that have like fake like UPCs that you can buy on eBay for like 5 cents. That was like popular for a while. That might be what you're referring to there, but yeah, as long as the customer is getting what they're expecting, that's the main thing.
I sent 50 on an email confirmation to Gap and I haven't gotten approved. I escalated the case for manual approved. What do I do? Keeps them in, brother. Yeah, so we know for a fact that ungate denials are completely normal and expected. Therefore, as long as you come with the expectations that you're part of the game, that they're part of the game, it's pretty easy to not get like super discouraged by them, like some people let themselves, unfortunately. So it's something that is completely expected. It's part of the game, and not something you should see as like anything out of the ordinary. Right there. So yeah, just see it as something that's completely normal, part of the game, because it is. Yeah.
Something like that, Ryan. Yeah. Printer starts acting up on you, makes you just want to smash it.
Something good question from Lamar here. Lamar says, do you rely entirely on discounts or can consistently source the same products without discounts? Maybe that's wholesale. So the big thing is you can consistently source the products with discounts, right? A lot of websites just have like coupon codes that don't go away, or they use a tax exempt permit. And so basically just ways to lower the buy cost that newer sellers just don't really see super often, and everything. So yeah, that's basically the thought process right there.
Yeah. I mean, if you're worried about consistency too, Lamar, like you'll realize like, you buy an item on a 20% sale, 20% sale goes away, but it's back 5 weeks later. Oh, 5 weeks later, I just ran out of stock, or I have a week of stock left, right? All right, time to restock. Now I know in a month I sold 20 units. Let me get 30 this time because I didn't quite have enough stock until the sale came back this recent time, right? So You can build a lot of consistency with OA, and even more so sometimes than wholesale, right? Because if a certain supplier starts selling, the same product to a bunch of different sellers, just like from a distribution company, the price is what it is. But when you're sourcing online, the price is going to change a lot. So you're going to be able to beat people that source it the next week when it's 10% more expensive, and you're still making money.
Yeah, and in general too, it's like right around like 50% of websites are only good during their sale, and which happens often in many cases. Sometimes
Probably even more than that, to be honest.
Yeah. It depends kind of what we want to count that. Like honestly, like pretty much every website that's not a major retailer is just an evergreen discount. To be completely honest, like, and then it basically comes down to like the smaller a website is, the less people think it's legit. So that becomes a moat in and of itself. It doesn't rank as good in Google, et cetera, et cetera. Where do you find discounts for big stores like Walmart and Target other than gift cards? So that's the cool thing is Target, it's just when items are on sale, free game for the chat right here. If 10 people drop a 1 in the chat, I'll drop some sauce on Target right now. And then Walmart doesn't really run sales super often. It's just the tax exempt certificate. But if 10 people drop a 1 in the chat, I'll drop some sauce on Target. That'll be very, very profitable for you guys in an auto-engate fashion. This Q4. All right, we got 2 so far. We got JT will play and Jerry in the cut. All right, Carol D tapping into. Okay. Let's see. I got a good tip for you guys right there. Lamar, bang. Do you usually have a few select items that is always selling and making money? That's definitely the goal. As a beginner, you take what you can get, but totally the goal right there is to be building the groundwork right there.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. JT, I also just put a list of a bunch of discount methods in my chat as well. Or you're on, I see you're on Mo's channel.
Fern tapping in on X. What up, Fern? Fern's a great guy. Yeah, he's awesome.
What's up, George?
Yeah, so the Target. So basically of those 2 sites, right? So both have gift cards, and then Walmart is just using tax exempt. Target is when it's on sale for stuff like Goodfellow & Co. and vinyls. Vinyls, for example, are vinyls are good when Target has the buy 2 get 1 free sale going on. And vinyls largely are auto-engate too. So that's going to be a good tip for you guys. That's why I wanted you to all show some love in the chat. Felt like Aiden Ross that on there. Yeah.
What up, Sadiq? Yeah. Favorite unks. I guess the 25's old now. Sometimes feels like it in ecom, to be fair.
Cousin Deke.
See, do you usually have a select few items that is always selling and making you money? Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have your like consistent replans, Holly, for sure. Some of those items might only become profitable, a couple times a year with like Memorial Day sale, Black Friday sale, that kind of thing. You can always like stock up deeper on those. But then you're also going to have a bunch of products where, like we're talking about, like evergreen coupons. Maybe all you need is the 20% email sign up coupon code, and there's just not a ton of people taking advantage of that. So that's kind of becomes an evergreen, consistent product. But yeah, you definitely are rebuying the same things. Otherwise, like, if you're always finding like the next product, it'd be really hard to build consistency.
Yeah. And the cool thing is even over time too, you find a lot of stuff you can restock, but it's the skills that really translate and the understanding of like how to find discounts and stuff like that like makes it so if you have to, which you're obviously not always going to have to because you're going to be restocking stuff, means you can really, really clean up. Can you have 10 different products but the same brand front gate? I've seen it work. I largely recommend against it. You just do multiple orders to get to that. So like one brand that I can immediately think of, some of the products on their website, the max they'll let you buy is 5. So if you want to ungate using those products, you just do, or using that SKU, you have to just do 2 carts of 5 and put the order confirmation emails one under the other. Right there, nice and easy. Yeah.
You can mix things. You'll just see a little higher success rate if you like make it as easy as possible on the people reviewing. Let's see. Should you name? Yeah, just like brand underscore invoice is always good. Doesn't really matter how you name it. Just if you get denials, it's always good to like rename and resubmit.
LOL. Yeah. Target buy 2 get 1 free vinyl. When that sale turns on, I'm gonna check if it's on right now.
They also run that crazy toy sale every year too for Black Friday.
It's fast. I wonder if they do it for early Black Friday. And guys, I think the sale turned on. All right. Well, you guys are about to get rich. So obviously, I mean, like, I didn't even tell it. I mean, yeah, I did not know that deal was on. That's cool. All right. Well, something to look into.
There is early Black Friday, huh?
Yeah.
Was the vinyl thing you're talking about going? Is that what you're looking at?
It is. Yeah. It's there's 824 of them. I don't know if it's on everything here. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna log in and see if that's the case.
Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, usually they'll do like some along the lines of like spend 100, get $25 back, that kind of thing on toys.
Like GameStop video games too.
Yeah, you can go crazy on that. Oh, sweet. You have problems with when you're listing. It has updated packaging. Yeah, I mean, if it has updated packaging, as long as the customer is still like happy with it, getting you're good. But it sounds like in your case, they even like fixed the listing, which is even better. But in general, yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of good products like that where the listing's 4 years old. So obviously the packaging is a little different. They changed the branding, that kind of thing, something like that. As long as the customer's happy with what they're getting, you're good to go though. It's kind of just the general rule of thumb. As long as you're keeping people happy, Amazon's going to keep feeding the bank account.
Well said.
What up, man? How we living?
TGK.
The man himself.
He said
Gap King's a great follow on all socials, by the way.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, the buy two get one free is okay, it is not okay, it's not on for everything. It's not on for everything. Okay. Not the big sale is not on. I apologize. I thought it was. Yeah, all deals, final records. Okay. Not on yet.
So keep an eye out for it. It's a lot of those are auto engates, right?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people be talking about it on Reddit too. Reddit's like a gold mine for finding discounts too, like super low key.
Cool. Probably some way to aggregate a lot of that too. See if you buy from Five Below for candy or whatever. Call the company on the way of the limit. Awesome, yeah. That's the thing, like especially with like Five Below or like a lot of stores like that, like depending on the type of business it is, a lot of times they might want to sell to you in bulk. They just have like limits so that there's not like credit card fraud and stuff on their website going on. But yeah, a lot of places that have limits, as long as you just like tell them you want to buy in bulk and you run a company, they're cool with it. You got to figure out which ones are and which ones aren't. You can usually figure that out just kind of anecdotally, like that's where having a couple friends in the community always comes in handy. So like if a website loves resellers, or if they're if you ask them to buy in bulk, they're gonna start canceling everything. But yeah, a lot of times. See, okay. It is not AI. I did chop the hair. It was like almost a foot that they cut off.
Dude, that's an incredible tip from PQP. I'm gonna post that in the roadmap right now. That's a fire tip on calling about order limits.
Yeah,
having them waived, bro. That's like that stuff people won't do. People won't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's like how you get bulk, like major bulk doing arbitrage, because you can do the same thing with retail arbitrage too. Like I know there's an interview a while ago. If you guys go look at the interview I did with my friend Justin, he like his first month he just started going to like retail arbitrage, scanning stuff at hardware stores, and eventually he was just like asking managers like, hey, can I order like hundreds of these? And they're like, sure. He just walked around getting hundreds of them from every store and like buying stuff in bulk, doing retail arbitrage. So like you can you don't have to limit yourself to the carts they're giving you.
So Jaden says, is target invoice the only way to get a category ungated for my first product? Nope. You can use whatever, wherever you were buying that product from, right there. So Walmart, Kohl's, any big site, as long as it's not like a really obscure site. And even then, in a lot of cases, you can totally use them as well.
For sure. When does Amazon pay you? Yeah, it's if you've been just selling for 45 days, you'll probably start getting your first like bigger paychecks pretty soon. So you'll get paid for the first time after 30 days, which is probably the $80 you saw. And that would have been what you sold during your first 2 weeks as a seller. So it makes sense that it wasn't very big. Starting now, you'll get paid for the money that you made between 2 to 4 weeks ago. And then what happened, right now to 2 weeks ago is going to be on reserve. And that's just going to keep kind of continually rolling. And then the nice part, eventually, like as you sell more and more, you'll be able to get paid every day. You're always going to have that 2 week reserve period, but you'll be able to get paid every day instead of every 2 weeks. See, is Sam's Club a good source? It can be, but generally places that have very little ways to create extra discount are not. Yeah. Right? Sam's Club, the price is the price.
Yeah, they may have wholesale, probably tax exempt, maybe the credit card, but no like
5% is probably the best discount you're gonna get.
Yeah,
like with the credit
so
card.
It's gonna be tight margins. You could probably do a bunch of like grocery shit though, honestly. You know what I mean? Which would be lower.
Yeah. There definitely are some products. Just it's not gonna be super crazy, because your really good items are going to be a limited 30% sale on a brand, where there's also a 15% discounted gift card and maybe a catch-all coupon stacks as well. And there's an extra 5% back loyalty rewards, right? That's not a super uncommon thing to find. And that's like, 40+% off you're getting there. Let's see. They have wholesale. Yeah, for sure. They do. Like, you can buy wholesale from Sam's Club. It's just, the price is the price kind of thing. There's no like limited windows where you're buying a lot cheaper than other people and kind of have a competitive edge because of that.
Yeah, and that's the key to all this stuff is that very, very rarely are you going to see stuff profitable at the advertised price on a website. Typically, you need to get at least like 10% off in most cases, which basically essentially means you can buy it. If it shows break even on Google, you're going to have a shot. You're going to have a shot right there, right? And you can typically get between 10 to 30% off the advertised price. And we've been doing this forever, and that was a really good way to put it. I think I'm proud of myself for that take. Yeah, when you Google it, if it's even close to break even, or if it's break even or around what it should be to make money, then you can almost always on every site get like 10 to 30% back. Almost always you can do it. There's some way to do it. Just go through the checklist. You make it happen.
That's a good way of breaking it down. Because like when you guys are storefront stalking, you click the Google button, you'll see like, oh, the max cost says I need to buy this for $10, and it shows up at like 30. Don't waste your time. It says I need to buy it for 10. It shows up at 14. It shows up at 13. There's almost always a way you can get that price down to that point.
Bingo. Right there. Exactly. Yeah. So almost every item is 10 to 30% away from being good unless the price recently shot down. Yeah. Which in that case, you said it, keep it
waited out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, Holly said, do you get lots of returns? That's very much going to depend on what you sell, Holly. So if you sell like, electronics or, clothes, shoes, especially women's clothes or shoes have a lot higher return rate. Just thinking logically about things that get, Halloween costumes is another classic example. And you can sell things that get returned. Just make sure you're pricing that in. A 20% grocery lead, maybe, I might buy a ton of that, right? 20% Halloween costume, no way. There's not going to be profit after you have, 15, sometimes even 20, 25% return rate on a Halloween costume. Just like a very return heavy example. Yeah, more aerodynamic for Q4, something like that.
Yes.
Ready to weave my way through websites with more agility or something like that.
So Kiro says, what can I do if a product dropped in sales in the time from I sent it in? Got 50 sold a month now. Honestly, like those metrics are largely vanity. Like you're going to sell out fine. Trust me. Especially this time of year. The sales,
especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's very little reason to lower price or hit the panic button or do anything like that on items until, December 23rd to December 24th is when you can start like lowering prices. And even then there's gift card season that keeps prices high and stuff like that. Like, I would not be panicking on stuff not selling right now, right before it all starts selling faster and for more money. So you had somebody buy a tree from last year on eBay. Interesting. Yeah, they try to do like a return like a year later. Or just after Christmas. I mean, technically they can do that. If you're describing like if they bought it in December and then they tried to return it in January, that's well within the right of a customer. It's just kind of interesting. They only plan on having a Christmas tree for 1 year, I guess. 2 days after Christmas. That's wild.
Interesting. Well, it kind of makes sense. Not that I agree with it. Can we use online closeout stores like Sierra for ungating? Yes. Yeah. Tax exemption probably too. Yeah. Not in store, but online. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the behavior of someone who will never ever make it. Also, Revelations or whatever you're going by now.
Yeah, the person who did that.
That person is never going to make it. They are always going to be returning Christmas trees, trying to get by.
Yep.
Sweet, good vibes today for Boxem Office Hours though. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you want more content, there's a video that just went live on my YouTube channel as well. Miles has been uploading a bunch of good content as well, so dive into all that. Tons of good free information, and then the good to see a bunch of guys on the free Amazon class. If you want to make sure you're at the next one, it's down below. We'll be doing that on November 19th, just as a quick PSA. And yeah, good vibes. You guys have a good rest of your day, and let's run it up.
All right, take it easy. I'll have a great one.
See you guys.